Hi, I'm Mandy Curry with Healthy Kids Inc. and welcome back. So, all right, we are tackling back to school breakfast. And it's early in the morning, we're just getting our week kicked off, and we wanted to share with you the recipe that we're going to be featuring this week. So it's steel cut oats. We're going to show you why we use them, how we make them, and how you can make this really simple for you in the morning. So with our kids, we're always trying to find some good breakfast that will hold them over. You know, we used to do healthier cereals and maybe toast, but we would find that within an hour, they were starving, and I didn't want them to have to go to school and be hungry so quickly early in the morning. So we're trying to find some breakfast that will hold them over. Usually we find that eggs and some sort of meat, bacon, or sausage will help to hold them over, but we also find that oatmeal will also do the same thing. Now there's a couple different oatmeals that you can choose from. Obviously you can do the instant oatmeal, but it's highly processed. Many of it is flavored and it has some artificial flavors and just some ingredients that we really don't want. So what we're also experimenting with then is just some general rolled oats, which are just fine. They're a little bit more processed, but these are okay as well. But one of our favorites now is becoming the steel cut oats. So we've tried steel cut oats a couple of different ways that didn't work, primarily microwaving them and trying to get them to cook a little bit faster. The process that we found that we really liked is going ahead and getting your oats prepped the night before. So it's actually a pretty simple process, and we have that here. So the night before, right before we went to bed, we went ahead and just took 4 cups of water and 1 cup of our steel cut oats. We went ahead and boiled the water first. Then we added a little bit of salt once we had a nice rolling boil, and then we added our oats. We cooked the oats in boiling water for about a minute. Once that was done, we gave them a nice little stir, put the lid back on top, and we let them set on the stovetop all night. When we woke up this morning, we have a really nice looking oatmeal mixture here. Our steel cut oats, and steel cut oats are much different than obviously the rolled oats. They're a different texture and consistency, but by letting them sit here and soak up in the water, it gives them a really nice flavor and a really nice texture. So these are ready for us. All we have to do this morning is go ahead and heat these up. We're gonna add a little bit of flavoring just to give them a nice taste, and that's it. Breakfast is ready. So breakfast for us this morning is gonna be ready in about 5 minutes. Really nice. So let me show you a couple of differences between the 2 different types of oats. So you can see here the difference. These are your regular oats. You can see how these are more flakes. The steel cut oats are a little bit coarser. They're a little bit hardier. And again, they're just differences in the way that they're processed. So the steel cut oats are processed a little bit less. So again, you want to make sure that these can soak up in the water and get some nice consistency, because that's going to help us, and it helps the kids to enjoy them a little bit more too. All right, we're going to go ahead and get our fire going this morning. So again, it's only going to take about 5 minutes. Now here are the ways that we're going to flavor this up. One, we're going to go ahead and flavor this up with some apples. So all I did was just take an apple. I went ahead and took the skin off, cut this into some nice diced apple chunks. We're going to go ahead and put this in. As it starts to heat up, it's going to go ahead and soften up these apples, and it's going to flavor it really nicely. In addition, we're also going to be using a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of cinnamon. And truly, that's it. That's all that we need to flavor this dish up. So let's go ahead in with that. We're going to be generous with our vanilla. We're going to go in with about 1/2 tablespoon of vanilla. You could even do a little bit more if you wanted. And about the same for cinnamon. Now the great thing about steel cut oats is they are lower on the glycemic index. And that is simply how your blood sugar responds to the food. So I'm trying to avoid any sugar in here if I can. This is a great healthy dish. We have a little bit of fruit already in here. So I really don't want to add any more sugar to this. If you did want to sweeten it up a little bit more, some other options might be a little bit of coconut sugar, maybe a little bit of honey, maybe a little bit of syrup, but that's about it though. The apples should really flavor it up enough and give it some really nice taste. We've made here, so 1 cup of steel cut oats is going to last us for about 3 days of breakfast in the morning. So it's a pretty healthy helping of steel cut oats for us. This is going to last for a little while. So once we get this mixed up, we'll take our serving for the morning, then we'll go ahead and put it in the fridge and break it up into some different servings to get us through the next couple of days. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on, let this cook in here for about 5 minutes. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, we are back. It's been about 5 minutes. We let this heat up really nicely. These apples have started to soften up a little. We flavored it with a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of cinnamon. This looks delicious, and you can see the steel cut oats. Again, there are different different consistency, but they look so good, nice and hearty. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll just scoop this up into our bowl. And this is gonna be our breakfast this morning. All right, that's all that it takes to pull off steel cut oatmeal. Hope that you enjoy. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel below and let us know what you think about this recipe and how your kids do with oatmeal in the morning. We'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And also be sure to check us out at healthykidsinc.com. All right, we'll see you again real soon.